Exceptional Living. Session 5, Reflection, Relationships, and the Power of Empathy. Written by Daniel Eramosele. Presented by Dana Media. Are you learning from your life? Or are you merely moving from one experience to another? Many people are constantly active. They complete responsibilities, overcome problems, pursue goals, and move quickly into the next day. But they rarely pause to examine what their experiences are teaching them. Activity can give you experience, but only thoughtful reflection can convert experience into wisdom. Welcome to Session 5 of Exceptional Living. In Session 4, we learned that an exceptional life is built through small actions, purposeful daily rhythms, and strong habits. However, even a disciplined person can gradually move in the wrong direction if they never pause to evaluate their progress. Exceptional living is not a straight journey of flawless execution. It is a process of continuous correction. An aeroplane may be traveling towards a clear destination, but it must make small adjustments throughout the journey. Without those corrections, a minor change in direction can eventually lead it far away from its intended destination. Your life requires the same kind of guidance. Intentional reflection means stepping outside your daily activities long enough to observe your decisions, habits, relationships, energy, and direction. It requires becoming both the participant in your life and the thoughtful observer of your life. Reflection helps you answer important questions. What is working well? What is repeatedly creating difficulty? Where am I growing? Where am I drifting? Are my daily actions leading me towards the future I say I desire? Reflection should not become an excuse for self-condemnation. Some people avoid reflection because whenever they examine themselves, they focus only on mistakes. They criticize their weaknesses, replay their failures, and conclude that they are incapable of meaningful change. That is not healthy reflection. It is self-punishment. Other people fall into the opposite trap. They remain busy without examining whether their activity is productive. They measure progress by how tired they feel or how many tasks they completed. But being busy does not necessarily mean you are moving towards your purpose. Healthy reflection requires objective self-observation. Look at your behavior with honesty, curiosity, and compassion. When a routine fails, do not immediately say, "I am a failure." Say, "This result is information. What caused it, and what adjustment can I make?" A mistake is not your identity. It is a lesson waiting to be understood. When you replace condemnation with curiosity, reflection becomes a powerful instrument for personal growth. You can make reflection practical through 3 simple rhythms: a daily review, a weekly direction check, and a monthly progress review. Begin with a brief evening review. Before sleeping, ask yourself 3 questions. What went well today? And what decision helped to produce that result? Where did I experience difficulty, distraction, or unnecessary pressure, and what caused it? What is the most important focus for tomorrow? This review does not need to become a long diary entry. A few honest sentences can help you close unfinished mental loops and prepare yourself for the next day. Next, conduct a weekly direction check. Choose a consistent time when you can think without interruption. Review your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual energy. Which activities renewed you during the week? Which responsibilities, habits, or relationships repeatedly drained you? Did you remain consistent with your important disciplines? Where did you make meaningful progress? What requires adjustment in the coming week? Use what you discover to organize your time and energy intelligently. Once a month, step back and examine your larger direction. Are you moving closer to your vision in your health, relationships, work, finances, spiritual life, and personal development? Are your present habits capable of producing the future you desire? You do not want to spend years climbing a ladder only to discover that it was leaning against the wrong wall. Remain a lifelong student of your own behavior. The moment you assume that you no longer need correction is the moment you become vulnerable to drift. Reflection teaches you how to improve your personal life. But exceptional living is never achieved in isolation. Your relationships are also part of the foundation supporting your life. The idea of a completely self-made person is misleading. Every meaningful achievement is connected to people who taught, encouraged, corrected, opened doors, offered opportunities, shared knowledge, prayed, or provided support. Human beings were created for connection. Healthy relationships provide encouragement during difficulty, wisdom during confusion, accountability during weakness, and companionship during achievement. Success can become emotionally empty when there is no one trustworthy with whom to share it. Do not become so committed to building your work that you neglect the people who help make your life meaningful. Your relationships require time, attention, honesty, appreciation, and care. They should not receive only what remains after every other responsibility has consumed your energy. Some people approach relationships primarily by asking, "What can this person do for me?" They collect contacts, pursue influential individuals, and show interest only when they expect a personal advantage. This transactional approach may create connections, but it rarely creates trust. People can often recognize when they are being treated as instruments for someone else's progress. When they sense insincerity, they protect themselves and gradually withdraw. Strong relationships are built through contribution, not exploitation. Instead of asking only what you can receive, ask, "How can I add value to this person? How can I encourage their progress? What burden can I help to reduce? How can I become trustworthy?" You cannot maintain the same depth of relationship with everyone. Your relationships naturally exist at different levels. A few people may form your closest circle. These are individuals with whom you can speak honestly about your fears, struggles, convictions, and aspirations. They offer psychological safety, wise counsel, prayer, and genuine support. A wider circle may contain close friends, advisors, colleagues, and collaborators with whom you share trust and common values. Beyond them are your professional contacts, community connections, and acquaintances. Every circle has value, but they should not all receive the same level of access, time, or emotional investment. Protect and nurture your closest relationships. Many people spend enormous energy impressing strangers while neglecting the family members and trusted friends who have supported them faithfully. Do not assume that important people already know you value them. Express your appreciation. Send a sincere message that asks for nothing in return. Remember an important occasion. Make time for meaningful conversation. Offer encouragement when someone is experiencing difficulty. Small investments of care can produce extraordinary relational strength over time. Healthy relationships also require wise boundaries. Genuine love does not mean giving every person unlimited access to your time, peace, and personal life. Some relationships are continuously negative, manipulative, disrespectful, or emotionally exhausting. Boundaries help you protect your well-being without hatred or unnecessary conflict. Direct more of your energy towards relationships built on mutual respect, honesty, responsibility, and growth. Pay attention when people speak. Listen to their words, but also notice their emotional tone. Sometimes a person's words communicate that everything is fine, while their posture, expression, or voice reveals that they are struggling. The ability to recognize what another person may be experiencing leads us to one of the most powerful qualities in exceptional living: empathy. Empathy is the ability to enter another person's perspective and recognize what they may be feeling or experiencing. It does not mean that you must agree with every opinion or approve of every action. It means that you make a genuine effort to understand the person before judging, correcting, advising, or responding. True influence is not manipulation. It is the ability to make people feel seen, heard, respected, and understood. When people feel that you are genuinely listening, their defensiveness begins to decrease. Trust grows, communication becomes more honest, and collaborative solutions become possible. To practice empathy, listen without planning your reply. Many people appear to be listening while mentally preparing their next argument, defense, opinion, or personal story. Give the speaker your complete attention. Resist the urge to interrupt or immediately redirect the conversation towards yourself. Ask thoughtful, open questions such as, "How did that experience affect you? What was the most difficult part? What do you wish other people understood about the situation?" Notice what is not being said. Pay attention to changes in tone, hesitation, facial expression, posture, and energy. Then show the person that you understand. You might say, "It sounds like that experience placed you under tremendous pressure." Or, "I can understand why you felt disappointed after investing so much effort." Validation does not necessarily mean agreement. It simply acknowledges the reality of another person's emotional experience. Avoid rushing to offer advice. Sometimes people already know what they should do. What they need first is a safe space to process what they are carrying. At the end of each day, review one important interaction. Did I listen carefully? Did I interrupt? Was I trying to understand or merely trying to win? Did my words leave the person feeling respected? What could I do better next time? When empathy becomes a habit, it changes the atmosphere around you. It strengthens your family, improves your leadership, deepens your friendships, and helps you resolve disagreements with greater wisdom. As we conclude, remember these three principles. Reflection converts experience into wisdom. Healthy relationships provide strength that achievement alone cannot supply. Empathy builds the trust through which genuine influence can travel. Thank you for listening to Session 5 of Exceptional Living, written by Daniel Eramosely and presented by Dana Media. If this message has added value to your life, please subscribe to the Dana Media YouTube channel. Share this audiobook and tell us in the comments which relationship you will begin strengthening. Until our next session, examine your life with wisdom, value the people around you, and continue building an exceptional life.